Get ready to enter the dark world of unexplained aviation phenomena. Today you'll witness mysterious apparitions lurking between the seats, demonic possessions in mid-flight, and some chilling accidents that won't let you get back on a plane. Hold on tight and get comfortable because you're about to meet the horror behind these terrifying videos recorded on airplanes. Number 5. Ghost in AEROMÉXICO. Today's first chilling story takes us to the mysterious case of the popular Mexican airline AEROMÉXICO. Apparently, an operator responsible for aircraft maintenance in the hangar was making a routine technical visit when something strange began to disturb him. Unlike his routine visits, this time he felt a suffocating atmosphere. He couldn't even concentrate because he thought that something was watching him from the darkness.
No mames.
Determined to get to the bottom of this matter, the man begins to explore all the rows of the plane. He goes slowly, taking timid steps and making a huge effort to try to see every corner with the little light emanating from his flashlight. It doesn't seem to be anything on the plane. Surely it was his imagination, or at least that's what he thinks. But then, at the end of the aisle, he manages to see what he feared so much. At first, it looks like nothing, not even a shadow. But if you pay attention and sharpen your senses, you can see the real horror. A dark spectral figure emerges from the cabin. The movement is swift, lasting only a few seconds, but it's enough for this desperate man to escape from the plane. Convinced that there was an intruder, he called the authorities, but when they searched every corner of the aircraft, they discovered nothing. The plane was completely empty. Number 4. Plane on fire. Before watching the following video, we must warn you that its content could seriously affect your confidence in airplanes. However, if you're willing to face the horror, then let's continue. The footage you're about to see was recorded on July 10th by passengers on a flight that was about to land in South Africa when something chilling happened. A strange noise caught the attention of the passengers, and one of them managed to pull out his phone and capture what was happening.
A bit of cut. A bit of engine cut. So you run it and walk.
Thanks to him, we can observe a scene that no one aboard an airplane would want to live. The wings of the aircraft are emitting intense gray smoke, which quickly turns into a fire before the eyes of the astonished passengers. The aircraft is experiencing serious problems. Instability is beginning to manifest itself in the accelerated movements of the plane, and everyone fears the worst. Perhaps that's why they prepared for the collision, which comes a few moments later. Fortunately, the aircraft was at a low altitude and close to the strip, so the crash wasn't powerful enough to cause a more serious accident. The passengers escaped unharmed from this chilling event, although most couldn't forget how close they came to a tragic end. Number 3. Smoke in the cabin. Another video of the same characteristics as the previous one shows us the agonizing moments experienced by the crew of flight SG-3735 that took off from Goa, India, and was quickly surprised by a chilling failure. As the passengers prepared for a long journey, thick smoke engulfed the plane from end to end. Immediately, panic began to grip the crew. The flight attendants tried to calm the passengers, but this wasn't enough. The fact that the pilot turned to the crew and warned them that they were forced to make an emergency landing didn't help to calm the group either. Everyone began to pray, fearing the worst-case scenario. But every time they inhaled some air, they also swallowed a huge amount of smoke. Soon, everything became a struggle for survival. For 25 long minutes, the passengers were on the verge of suffocating to death, but fortunately, they were able to endure these difficulties until the plane managed to land and be assisted by the medical forces in the area. Number 2. Unknown voices. Nowadays, almost everyone has the ability to record the strangest events on the planet with their cell phones. The following is one of those spooky moments that have been uploaded to social networks, but no one has been able to find an explanation for it. The images belong to Emerson Collins, a film producer who was aboard an American Airlines aircraft on a flight to Dallas on September 6th. Takeoff had been uneventful and everything was going perfectly normal. However, halfway through the flight, something unusual began to happen. The passengers noticed a strange sound, a hoarse groan, the tormented voice of an apparently invisible man. The sounds spread throughout the plane, but no one seemed to be emitting it. All the flight attendants tried to identify the source of those strange voices, but found no answer. The groaning continued, and the passengers couldn't help but laugh, even though they felt a sharp terror immediately afterward. The captain addressed the passengers, asking them to please avoid making such jokes on the plane, but this didn't stop the sounds. The mysterious supernatural moans continued to haunt the passengers throughout the flight without any explanation. Faced with this video, social networks were filled with opposing opinions. Some seem to be convinced that it's a spectral entity, a tormented ghost that, for some reason, is trapped in this plane. Others believe that it's a joke created by an evil passenger. What do you think? Do you think this terrifying event is real, or rather a simple joke? Leave us your opinion in the comments. Number 1. Possessed Woman. Everything we've seen up to this point has been full of life and death moments that undoubtedly left great traumas in their passengers. But what you're about to see is different from the rest because of how atypical and terrifying an event like this can be. The footage shows us what looks like the inside of an airplane, but there's something that's immediately off-putting. A woman's screams come unexpectedly and are accompanied by a terrifying image. Apparently, the woman is writhing against the seat, hitting the baggage compartment and trying to climb up to the ceiling, but to no avail. Her body appears to be spasming, and a strange frenzy has taken over her body. Some people are convinced that she is suffering from a demonic possession, and on social media, many agree with this thought. The woman seems to be outside herself, and there's no one who can help her. The flight attendants try to help her by all means, but there was no way to do so. The only solution was to subdue her and keep her restrained in one of the seats for several hours. Upon arrival at the destination, she was taken to the hospital, but surprisingly, there was no diagnosis to explain her behavior. The specialists were also unable to detect any trace of schizophrenia or another similar disorder. The woman was in perfect condition, and when she came to herself, she could only remember feeling her body burning inside her and hearing a deep voice whispering words in an unknown language that she couldn't understand. Could this be a simple coincidence? Could there be something demonic in this event? And most importantly, what was this mysterious voice whispering to her? All these questions seem doomed to remain unanswered, but they certainly help us understand that the world is full of chilling facts. 00. Sometimes cameras are the only ones capable of capturing the horrors that hide in the places where humans cannot reach. And what these flight attendants managed to capture will help you understand it. What we see is a conventional airplane waiting to receive its hundreds of passengers. The flight attendants are organizing the last details and are ready for the flight to begin, but something strange happens. As one of them moves forward, a creepy presence emerges between the seats. Something that looks like a simple breath of wind or a faint shadow. But when seen in slow motion, it becomes a figure with extreme clarity. This mysterious footage seems to have captured a ghost on board the plane. or a strange paranormal phenomenon that doesn't have a rational explanation, but one from the world of the unknown. It's difficult to know if these apparitions and supernatural events are real or simply a creation of our imagination. However, what is certain is that there will always be people who are attracted to the unknown and the paranormal. If you're one of them and would like to continue discovering other similar cases, then all you have to do is follow us into the unknown and get ready to discover what lies beyond the world of logic and reason. Are you ready? Then check out these videos.